Have you ever stopped to wonder why the US dollar is so powerful? You probably use it every day, whether you're in the United States or halfway across the world. But did you know that the US dollar doesn't just control the economy of one country? It controls the global economy? It's called the reserve currency, and that's a fancy way of saying that it's the go-to currency for international trade, investments, and global savings. Let's break it down. The US dollar is used for much more than just transactions between Americans. It's the world's primary currency for buying and selling goods. Almost everything, from oil to technology, is priced in US dollars, no matter where it's being bought or sold. The reason the US dollar dominates is that it is trusted. It has a long history of stability, making it the safest bet when countries are looking to conduct trade with each other. In fact, around 60% of all global reserves are held in US dollars. That means countries are choosing to hold more US dollars than their own currencies, even though they don't have to. So, why is the US dollar seen as more reliable than others? Well, it's like this. When a country holds US dollars, they know it's backed by one of the largest and most powerful economies in the world. And as long as other countries use the US dollar for trade and investments, its power remains. Why countries use the US dollar? Now, let's talk about why countries all over the world choose the US dollar. It's not just because they like the color green or the size of the bill. When countries do business with each other, whether it's selling goods or buying oil, they often use US dollars. But why not use their own currencies, like the euro or the yen? The main reason is trust. The US dollar is stable and widely accepted around the world. Think about it. If you're in India and want to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, you won't pay in Indian rupees. The Saudi government would want payment in US dollars because the value of the rupee might fluctuate too much, making it harder for them to plan long-term. With the dollar, they know it will retain its value. Here's another reason, the petrodollar system. This is a system where oil and other natural resources are sold worldwide using US dollars. If you want to buy oil, you'll need US dollars to do it. This has been the case since the 1970s, and it makes the US dollar an essential part of international trade, especially in energy markets. By using US dollars, countries can also easily trade with each other, even if they don't have direct agreements. It creates a global marketplace where transactions happen smoothly and quickly, all thanks to the trust and stability of the US dollar. The dollar's role in global trade. Let's dive deeper into the role of the US dollar in global trade. Picture this. A businessman in the United States wants to buy oil from Venezuela. How does that transaction happen? It's all done in US dollars. No matter where the buyer and seller are located, the price of oil and many other goods is almost always listed in US dollars. Why does the world use dollars for trade? It's simple: stability and liquidity. In the world of trade, stability is key, and the US dollar has been a stable currency for decades. Think of it like the gold standard, except instead of gold, it's the US economy and its power that back up the currency. Countries trust that the value of the US dollar will remain consistent, and that's why they prefer it for global trade. This reliance on the US dollar is also why global institutions like the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, IMF, use the dollar as a base currency for international loans and financial deals. The dollar's role as the world's currency makes it central to every major trade and investment decision. The dollar's influence on global prices. Now let's talk about how the strength or weakness of the US dollar affects prices all over the world. Since so much global trade is done in US dollars, the dollar's value can have a huge impact on the cost of goods in other countries. When the US dollar strengthens, it means the dollar can buy more of other currencies. So if you're buying oil, which is priced in dollars, it becomes more expensive for people in other countries. On the flip side, when the dollar weakens, prices in other countries can drop, making goods cheaper to buy. Imagine a country like Japan, where the currency is the yen. If the dollar strengthens, then Japanese companies will find it harder to buy oil because they need to exchange more yen for the same amount of oil. But if the dollar weakens, oil becomes cheaper for them to buy. This can affect everything from gas prices to the cost of electronics, and even the price of your morning coffee. It's all because of how much the dollar influences global supply chains and trade deals. The future of the US dollar. So, will the US dollar remain the world's most powerful currency forever? Experts think that might be challenged in the future. Other currencies, like the euro, Chinese yuan, and even cryptocurrencies, are being used more often in international trade. Some even believe that digital currencies could change how we use money. However, the US dollar is still the king of global trade and finance, largely because of its history of stability and the size of the US economy. But could we see a shift in the future? Maybe. It depends on how countries like China and the European Union develop their currencies and how new technologies like blockchain could reshape global finance. For now, the US dollar is still at the heart of the world's economy, and it's likely to remain in that position for a while. But as the world changes, so too might the way the US dollar influences everything from trade to prices.